Welcome to the lecture series of Mobile Computing and Wireless Communication. I am your instructor, Ms. Alpa Rupala. So today we are continuing with our topic error and the subpart of it, error control. Topics to be covered, first of all error, then after error correction methods, in which Hamming code. So basically error correction method, as we have discussed in our previous lecture that there is a two type of error in which content error and flow integrity error. So the content error is having some bits to be flipped from 0 to 1 and 1 to 0. And flow integrity error means your data is missing out. So we are giving retransmission request from the receiver to sender to again send or resend the data. So basically this is a component in the first type of error, that is content error, in which two type of mechanism is that error detection technique and error correction technique. In error detection technique, we are only detecting the error. If there is an error, that's it, fine. We are not accepting that data. Okay, but in error correction technique, if there is an error, first of all we will identify that there is an error or not. If there is an error, then we will identify it that there is an error, and then after we will try to correct it at the receiver side without giving any retransmission request. So this is the error correction technique, is the error which needs to be solved at the receiver side itself. So some of the technique of the error correction are Hamming code and convolution code. So our first topic, Hamming code. So the Hamming code is a set of error correction codes that can be used to detect and correct the error that can occur when the data is moved from the sender to receiver. So ultimately there are some extra bit or redundant bit which needs to be added into the data while before the data transmission, and the added extra parity bit data will be transmitted from the sender to receiver. So to create the parity bit, or the parity bit must be in a position of 2:4 form. So what will be the 2:4 form? 2:0, that is 1. So the first bit will be parity bit, then after 2:1, that is 2. So second bit will be parity bit, then after 2:2, that is 4. So fourth bit will be parity bit, then after 2:3, that is 8. So 8 bit will be parity bit, and remaining all other than this 2's power bits will be the data bits, and whatsoever amount of your data is being occupied. So each parity bit can be calculated by some of the bit calculation, and that bit calculation is kind of the position of the bit determines that the bit sequence will be selected or it will be skipped. Likewise, for an example, if I am calculating parity for the P1, that is first bit, then one bit will be checked and one will be skipped. If I am checking for a P2, that is second bit, then 2 bit will be checked and 2 will be skipped. If I am calculating for fourth parity, that is P4, fourth bit parity, that is P4, okay, then 4 bit will be checked and 4 will be skipped. For P8, 8 will be checked and 8 will be skipped. So suppose our original bit which needs to be transmitted are 1 0 0 1 0 0 0. This is our original bit which needs to be transmitted from the transmitter to receiver. So let us see how the position of the bits will be. So you can see in diagram in a yellow format that P1, P2 are parity bit, D3 data bit, P4 parity bit, D5 data bit, D6 data bit, D7 data bit, P8 parity bit, and so on again data bits. Okay, so basically now we need to calculate the parity bits, but data bits is already available, so we need to just add all the data bits according to the sequence. Like D3 will have the first data, D5 will have the second data, D6 will have the third data, and so on. We can see in arrow, right? Now assume that we are selecting it for an even parity. Now even parity means what? The number of count of 1 must be in even number. So for calculation of P1, as I have told you earlier that check 1, skip 1. So starting from P1. So P1 will be checked, P2 will be skipped. D3 will be checked, P4 will be skipped. D5 will be checked, D6 will be skipped. D7 will be checked, P8 will be skipped. D9 will be checked and D10 will be skipped. D11 will be checked. So according to it, we are having our data bit sequence for P1 calculation. So now we are just replacing the data, that is 1 0 1 0 0. Okay, so number of bits in this P1 is already in an even parity. So the P1 value will be 0. So now we are having the P1 value which is 0, which is already replaced in our diagram. You can see that. Okay, in a purple color. Now for calculation of P2, again starting with P2, 2 bits will be checked and 2 bits will be skipped. That means P2 and D3 will be checked, P4 and D5 will be skipped, D6 and D7 will be checked, P8 and D9 will be skipped. Okay, so according to it, we are having our sequence for P2 calculation. We can now replace it by data. Now the number of bits in this sequence of data is already in an even parity. So P2 will be 0. Now for P4 calculation, starting with 4 bit will be checked and 4 bit will be skipped. So again P4, D5, D6 and D7 will be checked and remaining all will be skipped. So ultimately by replacing it, we can have only one. Okay, only one count of 1. That means it is not in an even parity. So P4 will be 1. Now for P8 calculation, 8 bits will be checked and 8 will be skipped starting from 8. So again P8, D9, D10 and D11 will be checked. So according to it, we are replacing our value and it is in a even parity. Okay, so our P8 will be 0. So this is what total we are having, whatever our parity bits were, P1, P2, P4 and P8, which is having the value 0, 0, 1 and 0. So our data which is transmitted from the transmitter to receiver with the added parity bit is given in diagram. Okay, now this is the data which is transmitted from the transmitter to receiver. If there is no any error, then all the parity bits will have even parity with the value 0, 0, 0, 0. But if there is an error, suppose we are hoping that this is the received, perfectly received data. This must be perfectly received. But suppose any one bit is having error and this is D10 bit, okay, which is flipped from 0 to 1. Now let us see, now we can have the position of each and every bits P1, P2. We can see that D10 bit is flipped. Okay, but we right now don't know it that D10 bit is flipped. Okay, so assuming that, suppose we need to calculate by for P1 parity again. Now we are checking that if the data for the P1 parity is already in an even parity sequence, then the answer will be 0. If it is not in an even parity, then the answer will be 1. So we need to calculate the error code which is P8, P4, P2 and P1 fundamental. Okay, basically P8, P4, P2 and P1 fundamental. So we firstly need to calculate for the P1. So we are seeing the same checking sequence, that is P1 for the P1. Start with P1, check 1, skip 1. Check 1, skip 1. According to it, we have seen that it is already in an even parity. There is no error in this data. So the P1 value will be 0. Now for P2. Now for P2, same fundamental. Start with P2, check 2, skip 2. Check 2, skip 2. And when we are seeing that there is an error, that means it is having the odd number of parity in a chipping sequence, but our parity is an even parity. So P2 is having error, so we will identify it as a 1. Now for P4, Again, starting with P4, check 4, skip 4, and we are having the data already in the even parity, so the code value of P4 will be 0. And for P8, starting with 8, check it and skip it. We are having the odd number of parity, but we require even number of parity, so P8 value will be 1. So now you can see that if all the elements of this parity bits will be 0, then there is no error. But we are having other than 0 values, and the value is 1 0 1 1 0 1 0. Okay, 1 0 1 0. If we need to calculate that which bit is having the error, then this whole error bit data, this whole error code will be given to as a will be represented as a binary data. Now we need to convert it into the decimal, and this will be our answer. Likewise, 1 0 1 0, it is suppose it is in a binary form. If we are converting it to a decimal one, then it will be digit 10. Okay, so we can identify that D10 bit is having error. So we must need to correct it. Whatever the bit is in D10, we need to flip the bit. If it is 1, then we need to convert it to 0. If it is 0, then we need to convert it to 1 and accept the data by correcting it. So in our byte sequence, the D10 data were 1, but original data is 0. So we are flipping the bit of D10 from 1 to 0, and we are accepting the bits as an original bit. So this is the Hamming code. We can have this example, another example for the calculation purpose. Okay, now as we have seen that Hamming code is very lengthy. Okay, first of all, we are having extra parity bits, more number of parity bits, so bandwidth is increased. Third, calculation is very tedious. Okay, now fourth, what will be the disadvantage? We need to wait at the receiver side until and unless whole the data bit is received, because for the calculation of the first bit we need to check all the remaining bits. So we need to wait at the receiver side for the calculation purpose. Okay, and last one, and this Hamming code can correct only single bit error. If there is a more number of bits are flipped, then this technique is wastage. Okay, so this is the Hamming code technique. So we have discussed today the error correction method in which Hamming code in detail. Now in next lecture we will learn regarding to the convolution code and next technique of error correction, that is retransmission ARQ. Okay, thank you. We will meet in our next lecture.